You've built an AI feature, it takes a user's input, sends it to an LLM, and returns an answer. Maybe the answer is even good, but users don't trust it. They ask, why did it recommend this? How did it decide? Is this actually even right? The problem isn't the answer. The problem is that you're hiding your thinking. This is why OpenAI's O1 model shows reasoning steps, and this is why Claude shows its thinking. Users trust AI more when they can see how it reached a conclusion. Today, I'm going to show you how to implement this pattern in your own applications. It's called chain of reasoning, and by the end of this video, you'll have production-ready code to stream AI reasoning steps to your users. Let me illustrate the problem with a real example. This is Webeef. It's the first RAG app I ever built, and it's a very simple system that helps users interrogate the writings of Karl Marx and Adam Smith, if that's the kind of thing you're into. Anyway, this app does not use streaming. When the user enters a request, the spinner spins, and then boom, you're presented with a gigantic wall of text. Meanwhile, the user is left wondering, what's going on? When is this spinner ever going to go away? And furthermore, the user has no idea how the AI is coming to any of the conclusions that it renders. The thinking is invisible, and that's a problem because it creates a trust gap. Either the users blindly accept the AI output, which is dangerous, or they ignore it entirely and do the work manually, which is wasteful. Chain of reasoning closes this gap by making the thinking visible. Here's what chain of reasoning looks like in practice. So this is an example from the streaming patterns pattern library, which is sort of a make-believe project managing application. Here we're going to look at the chain of reasoning pattern, and the scenario is we're asking the AI to provide us with a sprint plan, but instead of waiting for the final answer, we're going to stream the reasoning steps first. So here we can see the reasoning steps: analyzing backlog priorities and business value, estimating team capacity for the next 2 weeks, identifying dependencies and blockers, balancing quick wins with long-term goals. So this, and then after a long chain of reasoning, the final answer streams in. But now the user understands why, because they saw the AI consider capacity, dependencies, and trade-offs. If something's wrong, the user can catch it immediately. Wait, you said 6 engineers, but we actually have 5. That's early error detection, which is great because it gives you trust through transparency. Let me walk you through the complete journey of a single reasoning event. Step 1. The async generator yields an event. The type is reasoning, and the data contains the step ID, summary, and confidence. Step 2. The hook receives the event in its for await of loop. It matches the event type with a switch statement and calls setReasoning to append the new step. In step 3, the React state updates. The reasoning array goes from empty to containing one item, and then React schedules a re-render. In step 4, the component re-renders. The reasoning bead line receives the updated array and maps over it to render beads. In step 5, the user sees the first reasoning step appear on the screen, and then this loop repeats about every 300 milliseconds. New event yields, state updates, component re-renders, and then another bead appears. The user watches the AI think in real time. The architecture has 3 layers: the stream, the hook, and the UI. Layer 1, the stream. This is just an async generator that yields events. Each event is either a reasoning step or part of the final answer. A reasoning step has an ID, a summary, a confidence score, optional details, and a timestamp. The confidence score is key. It tells users where the AI is certain versus uncertain. The stream yields these events one at a time with a configurable delay. In production, this would be connected to your LLM API, but for learning, we're using deterministic mocks. Layer 2 is the React hook. This consumes the async generator and manages state. The hook maintains 2 pieces of state: an array of reasoning steps and the accumulated answer text. As events arrive, the hook appends to these arrays and triggers re-renders. Now, the critical pattern here is accumulation. You're not replacing state, you're appending to it. Each new reasoning step gets added to the array. The answer text grows chunk by chunk. Layer 3 is the UI. This renders the reasoning steps as a visual timeline. The reasoning beadline component takes the reasoning array and renders each step as a bead on a timeline. Each bead shows the summary, a confidence indicator, and an expandable details section. The beads animate in with staggered timing. First bead appears, then second, then third, so users can see the AI thinking in real time. Let me highlight a few implementation details that matter in production. Each reasoning step has a confidence score from 0 to 1. We render this as color-coded indicators, green for high confidence, yellow for medium, red for low. This tells users where to pay attention because if a step has a low confidence, you should probably verify that assumption before accepting the plan. The summary is pretty brief, 1 or 2 sentences, but each step can have detailed explanation text. Users can click to expand and see the full reasoning. This is progressive disclosure. You don't want to overwhelm the user with information. You should let the users drill down, but only when they want more context. Now, streams can fail midway. Network drops, API timeouts, malformed data. The hook includes retry logic with exponential backoff. If the stream fails, we wait 1 second and retry. If it fails again, 2 seconds, then 4. We distinguish between retryable errors like timeouts and fatal errors like invalid data. If the user navigates away midstream, you need to cancel the stream and prevent state updates on unmounted components. So the hook uses an abort controller and a mounted ref to handle this cleanly. Let's see this running live. First, clone the repository, npm install, npm run dev, and you'll have a local instance in under 2 minutes. Start with the chain of reasoning pattern. You just enter a prompt or use the default sprint planning example and watch the reasoning beads appear. Each one takes about 300 milliseconds, and you can slow this down to really see what's happening. Now, you should open the network inspector on the right because that will allow you to see every event as it streams in, as well as the event type, the payload, and the exact timestamp. This is a really great debugging tool for streaming features because you can see exactly what's happening at the protocol level. Also, try changing the speed. Fast is 50 milliseconds between events, which is pretty good for testing. Slow is 1 second, which will help you with screenshots and detailed observation. Now, the mock streams are deterministic, so you're going to get the same input and same output every time. And this is important to make testing reliable and learning predictable. Let's recap what we've covered. Chain of reasoning is about building trust through transparency. Instead of hiding AI thinking, you stream it to users. They see reasoning steps appear in real time, understand how decisions were made, and catch errors early. The architecture is 3 layers. There's an async generator that yields events, a React hook that accumulates state, and a UI component that renders the timeline. Now here's the key insight. Users trust AI more when they can see the thinking. This isn't just UX polish, it's a fundamental shift in how humans and AI collaborate. So the code in the pattern library is production ready. There's error handling, cleanup on unmount, type safety, it's all there. So you can copy these patterns directly into your application. The streaming patterns library has 6 more patterns beyond chain of reasoning, agent to prompt, tabular stream view for streaming data tables, and so on. Each pattern builds on the same streaming foundation. If you want to go deeper in reading and understanding complex code bases like streaming patterns, which is fundamentally what you need to adapt these patterns to your own architecture, I teach this systematically in my course, How to Read Code. See the link in the description. Of course, subscribe for more streaming pattern deep dives. Next up is Agent Awake Prompt, how to pause a stream midway to ask users for input. Now, go build some transparent AI interfaces and your users thank you.